Hey guys, Jay Stevens here, and in this video we're going to be covering setting up an autoresponder. So I'm just going to go over some basics here. So an autoresponder, also known as an ESP, which is email service provider, is basically a system where you can manage all your email campaigns, such as your automated messages with your follow-ups and also your broadcasts as well. It's also a system where you can manage your lists, so all your subscribers, and really segment each list, so then you can target your particular products and services to that list. There are two companies that I do recommend, Aweber and GetResponse. I've been using Aweber for around 2.5 years now, so I do actually recommend Aweber a bit more, but GetResponse is also another good autoresponder. So with Aweber, if you haven't got an account set up or got an autoresponder at all, Aweber does come with a 30-day free trial, and then it's $19 a month up to 500 subscribers. So if you learn how to do email marketing the right way, you should be able to earn, it depends on what business you're in, of course, but a dollar per subscriber. So if you're earning $500 per 500 subscribers, then obviously $19 isn't that bad to actually take out of that. So I will have the links to both GetResponse and Aweber in the resources area under this video, so then you can choose which you'd like to choose. But in this example, I'm going to be using Aweber. So obviously you'd sign up as normal, and normally you'd get to create your first list straight away. So we're just going to create a list now to make sure we do it properly. If you do want to create a new list, you can just go to Manage Lists, and from there you can click on Create List. So here's where you'd put your company name. So for me, it would just be my name. So it all depends on obviously, what you're promoting. If you're setting this up on behalf of a company, and then you'd put the company website. And for me, that is just my normal blog. If you're setting up a list for a particular product, and you may have a website for that product or your affiliate link, and then you can sort of mask that and then put that link in here. You want to make sure you have an address there. Obviously, your aim is not to be spamming people, and annoying people. So you should have shouldn't have a problem with putting your address in here, and then send a name, which is very important. It's one of the top 2 factors of actually getting your emails opened with the subject line. So obviously, once you've built trust with your subscribers, your actual name is what's going to get them to open your emails as well as the subject line. So I would stick with your name or your business name. I wouldn't go for something hypey like the cash machine and something like that. You just want to stick with your actual name. And then this is where you'd put your business email address. So I would avoid using a free service such as Gmail and Hotmail. You actually want to put your email, your business email in here, and then click next step. So here's where you're going to want to put your list name, and this is really for you, so you know what list is what. So if you're promoting a particular product, you can put the product name in here, or it might be your main list. You can name it blog if you're collecting a lot of leads from your blog. So I could just put my blog. And then you just put a description in here. Now, if you want a confirmation message to be sent out to your subscribers for them to confirm, you can then edit that here. But I actually turn this off. Just for now, I'm going to click on Approve Message, and we're going to turn that off in a second. From this point, we want to go to Manage Lists. And as you can see at the top, it says My Blog. So let's just find that. So we're going to click on the list we've just created. So to make sure these details are correct. And if you want to get notifications from Aweber when you've got a new subscriber, just put your name and email in here, click on Add, and then Save Settings. And we're just going to go to Confirmation Message, and we're going to go ahead and turn that off. So now when they subscribe, they're not going to get a confirmation message. The next message they should receive would be my first follow-up if I have that set up. So we're going to click on Save Settings. And then we're going to go back to Manage Lists. So now we have your list set up. You've turned off confirmation. You've got everything in place with that list. Now, obviously, this depends on what service you're using for your landing pages and your page builder. I use ClickFunnels, so all my landing pages are from ClickFunnels. I have to integrate each page to each list. So you just go to integration. This should be quite similar depending on what service you're using for your landing pages. And then we're just going to click here. And then actually we're going to refresh that because I've just created that list. And then we're going to click on My Blog. And then we've got that connected. Now what you're going to want to do after that is come back in here and then click on your list. And then you want to go to Sign Up Forms. So we're going to create your first sign up form. And then from here, we're just going to, just complete this. We don't need to edit any of this stuff here. Save form. I will install code. You don't have to do anything here. You just need to have that web form in place. So then when people sign up to your landing page, then they'll be able to be added onto this list through your web form. Now, obviously, that depends on who you are using. I know with Optimized Press, you're going to be creating a web form, and the same applies to ClickFunnels. So other than that, guys, obviously, that's everything in place just to make sure you've got everything set up. So obviously, creating your main list, making sure you're using a proper sender name, you're using a business email, and then you're going to go and create a sign-up form. You can turn off the confirmation message, and you're just going to make sure you have the sign up form in place. After that, you've got everything set up with your first list. Obviously, you then know if you want to create other lists, maybe you want to create a buyer's list, or you want to create a list on a particular product as well. You're just going to go through the same steps there. But other than that, guys, that's what I was going to be covering in this video, so I'll see you soon.